Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Mean, and we back. You already see what we getting ready to do? Look. You see what we getting ready to do. Now, I got a review for y'all on FullMetal Brotherhood. Y'all know what it is, FullMetal Alchemist Brotherhood. And I'm going to do the first 10 episodes, and I'm going to keep this going until I finish the whole full series. Now, for people that haven't seen the series, I'm going to try to stay spoiler-free for you guys. Okay, so anyway, alchemists are people that can use alchemy. And alchemy is when you change one substance to another. So they can do all kinds of stuff. Basically, they break something down, make it into something else. So, in this world, alchemists are used in the army at all times. Now, the way the series start off is with this guy trying to destroy the headquarters. And he stopped by this guy, Swift Sword McGee. Now, Swift Sword McGee is off the chain. This dude was moving so fast you can't even see him. He pulled out the sword, chopped through the guy like it was nothing. Now, he's pretty much the top dog in the army. He's one of the top guys. So he finished real fast. Then we get on to the real story, which is about two brothers, Edward and Alphonse Elric. Now, we start off with them as kids. They start using alchemy. They found a book and whatever, and they start using alchemy. It came naturally to them. Edward excelled. Alphonse, he was good, but he wasn't nearly as good as Edward, the older brother. And the mom finds out, and she encourages it, and they also find out that their deadbeat dad, who ran out on them, at a young age, is also like a master alchemist, and that must be where they got it. So anyway, they learn alchemy. They love it. Their mom died. The dad ran out on them. All they have left is their mom, and they want to get their mom back. Now, human transmutation is extremely forbidden. I mean, no one does it. Matter of fact, it's supposed to be impossible. So they wind up, having somebody teach them so they can get even better. They go to try to transmute their mom. What happens is the brother pays the ultimate price. He loses his whole body. His body gets absorbed when they try to transmute their mom. Now, the older brother, he loses his leg, and he wants to get his brother and try to save his brother. So what he does is he transmutes his brother's soul into a suit of armor that just happened to be on hand at the time. And in order to do that, he lost his other arm. He lost his right arm. He lost his right arm and his left leg. After that, it's basically the brothers trying to figure out how we're going to get the younger brother back into his old body, and how to get his older brother his arm and leg back. Now, the thing about him living in the suit of armor is he can't sleep, he can't eat. All he has is sight, and he can see, he can hear things. He can't do anything else. He can't feel things, all that kind of stuff. So it's basically like torture. When he goes to sleep at night, he really doesn't. He just sits there and lays there, staring off into space for 7 hours straight. 10 hours straight, however long. So they got to get him back into his old body. He does not like being, living that lifestyle. So basically, we just go on from there, and they wind up sending some recruit, Mr. Mustang, who is like a fire, big time fire alchemist at the HQ with him, and he's looking for new recruits. And it happens to be, the Elric brothers. So he gives them a chance to join the state alchemists, which basically are like the law enforcement for the government in this world. So they go ahead and take him up on his offer, and Edward is the one who joins. Now, the reason he joins is because they have access to more. They can get access to information. They're looking for something that can help them get their body back, which is the Philosopher's Stone. And that's where I'm going to end giving you guys information, because I don't want to spoil it for anybody. But that's pretty much the gist of the story. Now, from there on to episode 10, from there, you get introduced to more and more characters, and they introduce a lot of little schemes and plots and stuff like that, which actually work great because it becomes like a little mystery. It's not a whole lot of fighting. It just fights here and there. Now, the main thing about this story is it's a whole lot of things you have to figure out. I mean, it's like a puzzle. That's what I love about this series. It's like a puzzle. Every time they introduce more information, you sit back thinking. I kept staring at the wall. Every time I found out something new, I sat there staring at the wall, kept saying, how is this going to work out? How is this going to work out? Now, by the time you get to episode 10, you're pretty sure, who's behind it, but you don't know how it's going to play out and exactly what this person is doing. and they're willing to kill off characters. They're willing to have some characters go, paralyzed, all kinds of things. The relationship between the characters is awesome. Edward and Alphonse act just like brothers. They're on the mission and everything works. One thing I didn't like about it is supposedly to balance out the characters, which I like. I like having some kind of balance to characters. They didn't want to make Alphonse seem useless, so he wasn't just supposed to be sitting there. So they said that he was a better fighter than Edward, and Edward admits that he's never won a match against him. They used to train together. He's never beat him in the fighting match. But yet, Alphonse seemed to be the one who always needs the most help. He's always seemed to be the one who needs to be help. Needs the help when they get into a scuffle. So it doesn't really show, even though they say it. Now, when they got into the fights with the other two guys, it showed a little bit. I mean, Alphonse was holding his own, and you could see that he could beat the guy, and Edward was getting worked on. I mean, they was putting some work in on Edward. But then, the guy turns the table on Alphonse, like that. Also, we get a lot of characters that's introduced no character is not used. We have characters from all over. We have characters that do alchemy, and we have some characters that don't do alchemy. Like one character, she's a love interest, Winry. She's a love interest, but she also is the one who made that auto-mail arm and leg for Edward. So she's not useless in the fact that she's doing something else other than just being a love interest. So yeah, this thing is great. I mean, because every time, the pacing is awesome. It starts off slow, and then the build up is great. Once you get to episode 10, it's like, oh man, what's going on? What's happening? We get a little bit of everything. We get emotions. We get some fight. We get some romance. We get a little bit of a lot of mystery. That's the thing. This thing, you always are trying to figure out what exactly is happening. You get some clues, but the clues are complex enough where it's hard to put everything together. What else we get? We get betrayal. We get confused characters that are confused. And that's all in just the first 10 episodes. We also get another character called Scar, and he is one of the antagonists in the series. He's going around killing state alchemists. We got to figure out why is he doing it. We also have to figure out what, the mystery behind the Philosopher's Stone. We got to figure out who's behind that. There's a couple of antagonists that are showing up everywhere. Elric brothers are showing up. We got to figure out what's going on with that. So, and the way that the mangaka introduces these subjects that a lot of times are cliche, because we watch series and we say, okay, whatever's the least likely or whoever's the least likely is the person that's done it. The way they actually implement this into the series is awesome. It's awesome. I mean, because like I'll give you an example. When parents die in war, the situation would make it seem like they can die from anything. But when you find out how it happened, even though it's a likely villain, it plays out well, because in war you can die from anything, so it doesn't look cheesy. So it actually still surprises you, even if they're using things that's already been used so many times that you get used to it, because the way they introduce it into the series. So yeah, I'm really getting into this series. In that episode 10, I'm telling you, it takes off. Matter of fact, a little while before that, like episode 8, it just takes off. From the beginning, it's good, and it just keeps building up and building up. By the time you get to 10, it's on. It's on. But anyway, that's pretty much it. I'll get back to you guys when I get to do from 10 to 20. Peace.